Our new oven is set to come in about an hour. They usually call you a little before and they have. I am going to miss our old oven because it really has served me well. I mean, I did lose all the numbers here, which was such a struggle. And then I remember I had bought a replacement, and then those within like, we want to say less than a month, they were like just off again. Every time I would like clean this, I would lose a number until all of them were gone. So that's been a major struggle with this. Like I kind of have memorized what's the high setting and what's the low setting and which one goes where. But every now and then I like get flustered and I'm like, wait, which one's which? And it's just not ideal that the numbers aren't here. And then one day I was using the self-clean, which I don't know if I'll ever use again, even on the new one, because it's actually not recommended. And then the latch here broke. So this actually doesn't even close. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not fully closed. It actually sticks out, it doesn't close all the way. And I know that kind of affects temperature control. Still, I can say this oven has served me so well. It still has cooked delicious food, even with that little defect of the door not closing. You can kind of see it here, I think. Yeah, it's not closed. Um, but yeah, it was just time, so I'm excited for the new one. But I wanted to do this beautiful oven right, and so I just gave it a really nice clean. I just wanted it to just, I wanted to honor the oven for doing its job all these years. It's been good to me, so I gave it a nice clean. This doesn't come off, like it's kind of inside for some reason. Even if I do the other side, it just stays. And so I always used to just put a towel here to cover that. I won't have that issue anymore with the new one, thank God. But yeah, it's been so good. And I'm even gonna miss a little storage space because the other one is actually smaller because it has a bigger oven, and so you sacrifice the bottom space. And I have to figure out where to put all this. But we're gonna make the most out of everything. And yeah, it served me so well. It served me so well. I highly recommend you go out in person to shop for an oven because it will give you a feel for what you want versus what you don't want when you learn what's available. I learned that ovens, for the most part, now come with Wi-Fi and smart capabilities, which we knew we did not want, but they also come with dehydrator functions, air fryer mode, and slow cook, all of which I knew I just had to have. I will talk more about the features of this oven, what we wanted, what we didn't want, but in this video, I want to show you guys everything that went wrong and why we almost returned it. Here, our oven had finally come in and I was so excited. Look at this beautiful oven, such an upgrade. It doesn't have like that top part. It's just flat and modern and beautiful. And I was just so excited genuinely. But we did encounter a small little issue and almost returned it for a full refund. But Frigidaire came in clutch and actually offered a replacement. I look crazy, but I wanted to talk about the oven. So as you know, the oven came in and there are a few things that I'm concerned about. I've already used the stovetop, but not the oven. So I did find that the oven it's been 2 days, I guess, since I've had it. And I've done the whole burning it off. Like you're supposed to just leave it on for a while so that the fumes will go away, but it still kind of smells. And then I found this. So it's like a little chip in the enamel, I guess you can say. And I'm not too happy about it. I know it seems small, but with chips is that you can't tell like in the video, but I feel like at the core, it almost looks slightly rusty. And so with wear and tear, like since there's already an opening there in the enamel, the more that you use it, it could open even more and end up rusting. And then like the whole thing can be peeled in like over time. So I'm kind of concerned about that. I don't know if I should let it go or maybe at least just reach out to Frigidaire so that it can just be documented in case on the line there's problems, they'll fix it. But I'm just not sure that they would because maybe they would still say it's wear and tear. But that's the one thing that I'm concerned about. But then I don't know if even if they did get me a new one, if that can happen again. That Please excuse that it's dirty. I cooked this morning and I need to wipe it down again. I'm trying to wipe it down like every day as much as possible, and it's only been 2 days that I have it. But because I cook with so much like tallow, it's just hard for things to not splatter. But I do like the modern flat look for sure. We're looking into ordering these like levelers to bring the oven up. It's at the top already, so it can't go higher, which I was bummed about. but this really is not too bad. And I'm thinking that once I put the filters, it'll be better as well. But my husband just did look into these kind of levelers where you can just kind of level it even higher if you want it to, because it's at its max already. But overall, I'm excited about this oven. I really love the bridge element because I can put like my griddle on here, so that's super cool. But the other concern that I have that I really don't like, I did not know that these lights were so obnoxiously bright. You might not be able to tell how bright they are here, though even here I feel like you can tell that they are obnoxiously bright. They are blinding when it's dark, and you guys know how I am with circadian lights. Morning, I have my red light on, and because if it's not bright outside, then I don't turn on the lights here as well either. And I'll also have like my blue light blockers on that I wear. And then as it gets bright outside, as the sun starts to come out, that's when I will take my glasses off and turn the lights on. Like right now it's bright, so then there's, I can have all the lights on. But this right here, it's obnoxiously bright. Like it just pains me. It would pain anyone. Like I have been on all the Reddit forums and read things online, and have found out that I'm not crazy. Like even people who like have no idea what blue light blockers are or even care, complain about this. And so there may be some workarounds, some that would void the warranty, which I will not try, and then some as simple as just putting some tape on the knob to block the light, which I hope will work. Maybe I'll do it because it is obnoxiously bright and it bothers me so much. Other than that, I'm really excited about the oven, but those are some things that are worrying me. Yeah, just the rust and then the light. But that's a feature that I know about, the rust or like the peeling of the enamel. That bothers me. It worries me. Hopefully it's okay. So we did end up reaching out to Frigidaire, and I told them about the chip in the enamel, and per their request, I sent them photos, and they actually, after trying to offer me some money, realized that I needed a replacement. Without me even asking, they just offered to send me a replacement, and so we ended up having to use our old oven again until the replacement came in, because obviously we were gonna return the oven with the chip in it and then get a replacement. Okay, our new oven is set to come in about an hour. They usually call you a little before and they have them in. But either way, we kind of moved the old oven out. We got the new oven that we're returning there. And then we'll put the new one where it's supposed to go. But I wanted to show you why we had reached out to Frigidaire in hopes of a replacement, because we found a chip in the new old oven, and I wanted to show you guys what it was that I found. So this is the new old oven, and as I was inspecting it later on, I had found, let's see if you can see it right here. It may look insignificant, but I asked on all the Reddit threads, and if it's a chip in the enamel, which it actually is, you just can't tell from here, but there is a chip in the enamel. What can happen is that then it can rust prematurely and you'll lose like the entire enamel. Like it'll just start going little by little. And I feel like it's true because I really didn't fight for a replacement. All I did was reach out to Frigidaire and tell them it was happening. And I sent them photos at their request, and they immediately offered a replacement. They tried to offer me $45 for the damage. And then they like went up to 50 because I think they thought I was negotiating, but I wasn't. And that when they realized that I was just asking if it was something that I should be concerned about, that there was a chip in the enamel, they just were like, hey, we'll just send you a new replacement. And then later, our scheduled date got canceled the day of. So I'm hoping this one doesn't get canceled. And then now it's finally coming. So I hope that I can later record and say it's finally here. And then I'm probably going to take you guys with me to actually inspect the new one together, because I want to make sure that there's no issues in the new oven. Okay, the oven is out. We just got the call that the driver's on his way to pick up the old new oven and put in the new one. We're super excited, but I just wanted to take a quick pause to talk about Tips Chips. Now, because this channel is so new, you guys know I used to have one way back in the day. And now I'm starting it up again. So this isn't sponsored, but it is something that I really have been enjoying. Tips Chips just actually sent me a whole box of these. These are the only ones I tasted so far. I still have to taste their jalapeno and their salt and vinegar. But I just wanted to just set the precedent with my channel to start talking about brands that I love, because that is how like I started all this, just always sharing about what I love. My promise is to never share something that I don't personally use and love or that I have not fully vetted. Since chips, I've been eyeing forever. I know there are other popular tallow potato chips out there. And I tasted some. I tasted one and I actually did not like it. I wasn't a fan and I was surprised. But yesterday when I got these in the mail, I was so excited. One, I didn't expect it. It was such a pleasant surprise. Thank you so much, Tips Chips, for sending these to me. I did taste them and I just found that I kept going for them and going for them and going for them. And I think that that's how potato chips should be. If you're going to make a healthy potato chip, you still have to make them addicting. And I think there are a few things that make potato chips addicting. And that's definitely the salt content for me. The other ones that I had tried just weren't salty. So I was so baffled that a potato chip wasn't salty. It just has to be salty. Me and my husband are loving these. So I love the salt. And then I also love that they're super, super crunchy. Do you hear that? They're really crunchy. And it's because they make them really thick. And I love that because I feel that this is going to make the perfect dip, like potato chip. And what I love about Tips Chips, of course, is the ingredients. We're very big on ingredients and eating healthy in this home. And so the ingredients are literally what they used to be back in the day before seed oils came into our world. Potatoes, beet tallow, sea salt. That's actually it. I want to show you so you can see it for yourself. Potatoes, beet tallow, and sea salt. That's it. They're kettle style potato chips made with just simple everyday ingredients, simple whole natural ingredients. I don't know why we cook with seed oils when we don't have to. Plus tallow tastes better and it's just better for our health. So here's my not sponsored brand of the day, Tip Chips. I do have a discount code for you, but again, as I said, I only share and only actually affiliate myself with brands that I want to be because I personally already love their products or have been eyeing them and vetted them myself. I did not want to share them until I was sure I loved them, and I love them. Today, I have actually not ate much because I had a migraine earlier, and when I have a migraine, I just don't want to eat. And then later, I'm just like famished, and I found that I've just been reaching for these, and I have peace of mind because they're just potato, tallow, and sea salt. They got no nasty ingredients like other potato chips. So that is our brand break for the day. Discount code Eva Daniela's Kitchen to save you some money on Tips Chips. Okay, so they had us go outside to inspect it because they're scared of bringing it in and having to bring it back out. We inspected it with the flashlight. It's dark out though. We'll probably take a look at it again when it comes in. But so far, it looks like everything's good. So I was very blessed because when we first got this oven before having to get this current replacement, we had noticed that it was a bit too low for us, but it had already been extended as much as it could. But of course, my amazing husband went online and found these legs that you can put under the oven to extend it so that it will go higher since it was already at its max height from the oven. And so I can find the link if you guys want it, but my husband found these things on Amazon and the install guys were really sweet enough to install the oven on top of those legs for us, and it actually ended up helping so that we could get the perfect height for our countertops. Okay, the new oven finally came. They took the old one. They showed me how to remove these knobs so that I can clean them, which I'm excited about because that's the one downside of this oven for me is that this has obnoxious light on there. I'll show you. It's really obnoxious, like in the morning when it's dark out and I got my blue light blockers on and I still have the red. It's obnoxious. You have no idea. I will hopefully have a hack for that doesn't void warranty and it's okay to do. But yeah, it's here. I'm so happy. What do you think? The oven is huge. It's got like 7 levels versus the standard 6 from my other one. And I sacrificed this, like look how tiny this is, but I'm totally okay with that. I'll give you guys a full rundown soon, but the oven's finally here and we are so excited. We're gonna make so many yummy meals with this oven. We can't wait. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, the most satisfying part of receiving an appliance is peeling off the plastic over it. Like the ASMR that you get, like that sound, like that peeling sound, it's just so satisfying. It just gives you that feeling of a crisp new appliance, and I was all here for it. It was like I was like a little girl in like a candy or toy shop. That's how it felt for me receiving this appliance and peeling off this plastic. She is here. I'm going to show you what the panel is like. It's nice. Look at the oven modes. It's pink. One of my favorite things about this right now is this bridge element here. And there we go. The bridge connects as well. I would also like to do a follow-up video showing you all the features of the oven. For now, I'm just showing you a bit of them as I was just the next day enjoying and pulling out my oven and seeing all the different features. This giant air fry tray is my favorite. Now, obviously, I had to put the oven to the test, and so I made a big batch of my chuleta pork chop recipe using my favorite cookware, my cast irons, and they work really well on this electric range top. And then, of course, I also had to test the oven, and I decided to make the oven for the first time, and I'm gonna use the convect roast just to test it out. Place your food in the cold oven before starting convect roast mode. Okay, interesting. Okay, I do have to remove this. I mean, I think it can stay in there. I don't know. I'm gonna do bolts. Convect roast next. I think it's at 375 on mine. 30 minutes. Sweet. I think the best part about this oven is that my oven light works and I can take a peek and see how my potatoes are doing. Well, it's a beautiful oven and it's huge. Love it. And then I can turn it off. Okay, I hope you loved my oven vlog. In my next video, I will show you all the features of the oven and talk about all the pros and cons. Leave me a comment if you have any questions at all about anything mentioned in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.